Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go over how businesses are adding 5, 10, 20, $30,000 or more in revenue to their business every single month. Now, this is really for you if you run any type of local service business. So picture like gyms, if you're a personal trainer and you have a personal training studio, HVAC companies, roofing companies, med spa, etc. This video is really going to help you out. So if you're not familiar with me yet, my name's Dan Martini. I run One Stop Revenue. We're based out of Boston, Massachusetts. We've worked with over 200 local service businesses, and we've spent well over $3 million in advertising for those businesses, and we've generated many more millions of dollars in revenue from that advertising. And in this video, I have two primary objectives. Number one, I'm going to show you what we do to achieve this so you can kind of hopefully either replicate it or just at least learn something from this video. And number two, I'm going to give you some examples as well. So the biggest problem that I see in businesses is most of the time they rely on growing their business using things that they cannot control. So for example, word of mouth, PR, walk-ins if you own a local kind of brick and mortar, and Google searches. So, word of mouth, very uncontrollable. You have to rely on people to spread the word. Obviously, you can get referrals, but that's something you can control. Word of mouth, though, very uncontrollable. It's unpredictable. It's inconsistent. PR, usually you have to do something crazy or you have to be new to town to get any sort of PR for your business, unless you pay for it. Walk-ins, again, very unpredictable. Unless you're in like a great location in a mall or something and you have a ton of foot traffic walking by, walk-ins, they don't come every day. It's unreliable and inconsistent. Google searches, when you get a Google search lead or someone who's interested who came from Google, they're usually a high quality lead. However, they are usually already in the market for something that your business can offer, and they're shopping around. So it's very easy to lose that person as a lead because they're a well-educated type of or well-informed type of buyer. But few businesses dabble in what they can control, or let alone spend any time mastering it. So things like social media advertising, this is very controllable because you can spend exactly, an exact amount of money and get an exact return. Or things like emails and text messages, which are things that you can control because you can send them out. So in fact, actually, text messages are one of the biggest ROI activities you could possibly do for your business. Couple reasons why. Number one, when you send a text message out to your customer base or leads that haven't purchased anything from you yet, or something along those lines, number one, it has a very high deliverability rate. So you're basically always going to land in their inbox unless are doing something wrong. So deliverability is very, very high, but your open rate is like 98%. So if you can if you're familiar at all with email marketing, when you send an email to your database of contacts, sometimes you'll get like a 15% open rate, 20% open rate. Text messages are a 98% open rate. So if you deliver something into someone's text message inbox, it's going to get opened. So text messages, just fantastic. Anyway, these are the things that you can control. Now, most of the people that we work with typically suffer from one of the following, I would say, symptoms of some sort. So see if you relate to any of these. If so, I think this video will really help you. Number one is people come to us and they're just not confident in their social media strategy. Like they don't know if it will work. They don't know what to do. Do they post reels? They just make posts on social media. How often do they post? Do they run ads? Do they boost posts? What do they do to actually generate some type of return on their time or investment? Number two is some people have tried social media before, or companies, they've tried social media before and it just hasn't worked. Like they don't see a return. They spend, $500 or $1,000 or something on this strategy, and they just don't know if it's produced any sort of clear result. Which leads me to number three: can't track a clear ROI. It can be tricky sometimes to track if an advertisement or something is producing revenue if you don't know what you're doing. If you know how to track everything, it is very, very clear if for every dollar you spend on an ad, let's say, are you getting $2 in return or something like that, right? For every dollar I spend, am I getting more than what I spent in return? It is very, very trackable, but if you don't know how to do it, it can be a little bit intimidating because you don't know if you're actually making a return on your investment. Or the last one is maybe you have a ton of competition in your area and you don't know how to stand out, or maybe everyone's kind of running the same type of advertising, or maybe a business has come into your area that's a franchise and they have a ton of money to spend on advertising and you just can't keep up, right? These are typically the things that we run into when we work with a new client. They suffer from one of these things. So if you do also, keep watching. I think this will really help you out. Now, here's what we do instead. We focus on the things that you can control. I call this the pyramid strategy. This is basically when you layer your marketing so each component supports the next. For example, I tell all of my clients to have social media advertising as the main kind of foundation of your marketing strategy. Not posting, like you don't want to post 10 times a day on Instagram and have that be as your foundation of how you get eyeballs on your business. You want to use social media advertising primarily because it's controllable, right? You could spend $1, you know how many people saw it, you know how many people clicked on it, you know how many people converted into a lead, you know what happened, and it's very trackable. And you can control it, right? So you can spend more, you can spend less, but this is the foundation. From there, you're either going to do one of the two things. You're either going to generate a lead from that advertisement, or you're going to push people to your website or your social media profiles, right? So if you're advertising on Instagram, it'll push people to your Instagram profile. If you're on Facebook, right? This is why it's so important to make sure that your profiles and your website or landing pages are optimized to generate leads. You don't want to send someone somewhere that is not optimized to specifically generate leads, which means collect their name, their phone number, and their email address. So that is a lead to us at bare minimum: name, phone number, email, right? So if you're running advertising, you're going to push people to your social profiles and your website. Once you collect that info, that's when texts and emails can come into play, because you have their contact info now. You can text them and email them until they opt out, right? The last one is referrals. Once they actually come in, they book an appointment or they purchase or they become some sort of paying customer, you can then get referrals from them, right? And then everything else is on top. So walk-ins, PR, Google searches, all that kind of stuff. That is the least of your worries. The most of your worries should be, do you have a solid foundation in your strategy? Are you able to spend $1 and get a result from it? So this is what we do instead. Now, I came across this quote and I added it in here because I just thought it was very important for kind of the average business owner to see. Henry Ford once said, stopping advertising to save money is like stopping your watch to save time, right? Let that sink in for a second. Stopping advertising to save money is like stopping your watch to save time. It doesn't work, right? That's essentially the gist, is it doesn't work. You have to have advertising as your foundation. So what does that look like? I'll show you what the kind of process is. So number one, advertising, right? You want to run advertising. There's a few things that matter in ads. Number one, your offer. Number two, your copy, which is the writing in the ad itself, the image, and the call to action, right? You want to have these components in the ad. How you use those is going to be directly correlated to the result that you're going to get. Now, from those ads, you're either going to generate a lead or push people to your social media profiles or website. Now, to prove this, I want to show you this really quick. This is an image of stats of a business that is advertising currently, and this is what their stats look like. So you can kind of see in the past 28 days, you can see here that they have reached 28,000 people. Their posts have. They have 11 or 12,000 people who have engaged with a post. They have new likes, new followers, but this one right here is the most important. 2,557 clicks to their website. Compare this, so they have a lot of traffic to their website, and this is again just in the past 28 days. Compare this to a location that is not advertising right now. 1,800 people reached on a post, little engagement, barely any likes, but this right here, link clicks to their site, 4 people in 28 days. 4 people from this is Facebook statistics. So if you're not advertising, comparing, especially if this is a competitor of yours, comparing it to this location here, which company would you rather be? Would you rather be the company that's sending 2,500 people to your website in 28 days, in a month? Or would you rather be the company that's sending 4 people to their website? Obviously 2,500, right? And these are all coming from ads that are for a specific offer. So do that math in your head for a minute, and it really makes a big difference. So they're either going to become a lead on your ad, or they will go to your website and your social media profile. From there, you're going to generate a lead, right? And you're going to generate a large kind of database of leads. The most important thing here, if I just scroll back up for a second, it's really important that your profile, your social media profiles and your website is optimized to collect leads, right? So when they land on your social media profile, you want to make sure you have things like, social proof, reviews, helpful tips, information, images, engaging content that shows people what it's like to experience your business. Super, super important. And then also you want to have a link to your website that can actually generate a lead. So very important, optimize your website and optimize your social media profile to collect leads. You're going to generate a large list of contacts. This is just a quick snapshot of one of our customers' contact spreadsheets. Essentially, you're going to collect a lot of names, a lot of phone numbers, a lot of emails, right? If you're going to be advertising on social media. Some of these people will purchase, like if you have a paid promotion that you're advertising, some will purchase right then and there, some will not. But regardless of whether they purchase or not, you want to enter them into an appointment booking process where they either become a trial of some sort, or you make a sale, or they just become an appointment for a salesperson. You want to make sure you have some type of appointment booking process to kind of take them from lead to appointment, or lead to sale, lead to trial, something like that, right? That is the process from start to finish. So what are the results from something like this? You can look forward to consistent leads, appointments, and sales, right? So running ads as a foundation will allow you to spend $1 and get $2 in return. That's the goal, right? Some of our clients, they spend $1 and they get $1.50 back. Some spend $1, they get $3 back. It ranges a little bit depending on your location and things like that. But that's the goal, is to spend $1, get 2 back, right? The second thing that you're going to get is you're building an asset. So, anyone who does not purchase right away gets added to your list, right? And you can go back to your list at any point and offer them something different, offer them something new, come at it from a different angle. I would say about 30 to 50% of leads become some type of customer within 30 to 60 days. Anything beyond that, the rest of the 50%, you can nurture over time and slowly bring those people in. So when you do that, and you do that for a long period of time, your list grows and grows and grows. So every time you send out an email or a text, your response rate grows also, because your list is growing so quickly. The other thing is, if you ever decide to sell your business, it's a sellable asset, right? You can sell the list with the business, because when you generate leads for your business, it is an asset that you can tap into at any time, so that the business itself can generate customers and revenue on demand. So it's a sellable asset. So these are some of the results that you kind of expect. Let me go into some more details, because when you have the right offer an optimized social profile or profiles, an optimized website, the right appointment booking strategy. You have social media advertising as a foundation of your marketing strategy, and you have a great sales process, you're going to get results. Like if you have all of these things dialed in, it's inevitable that you'll get results. Now, let me go over some examples of our clients that we've used this process on and they've got results. So this is a location in Michigan. This is a fitness center. And when they started working with us, they had about $8,900 in monthly recurring revenue. So about $100K per year in gross revenue. After implementing this strategy up top, in 2023, they did over $800,000 in revenue. So 800% increase in revenue in about, I would say in about 18 months. 800% increase in revenue in 18 months. Another one is Christina right here. She went from zero marketing and not growing her business at all to adding 56 new high ticket customers in less than 4 months. Huge transformation. A high ticket client to her is about $200 per month, $150 to $200 per month. So about $2,000 for a year. She did that in about 4 months. Charles, he runs a gym also. He started out at 220 members. Now he has well over 420. And since this interview, which I did, which is on our website, by the way, he has now over 3 locations, or he has 3 locations, and over 800 customers that pay every single month. And then Lisa right here, she came to us with no growth at all. She was stuck at 130 members in her boot camp business. And now she has 2 locations with over 500 members. And we just launched her second location actually about 3 months ago. She has 150 members in that new location. So all of this is very possible if you kind of implement the steps to make it happen. If you're interested at all in chatting with myself about how we might be able to implement these strategies into your business, scroll to the bottom in the description below. You should see a link to our website. You can book a call with us right there. You'll see a calendar where you can book a time. Book a call. I'd love to chat with you. If we can help you, I'll let you know. I'll show you what that looks like and kind of what next steps are and go over pricing and what that investment looks like. If I can't help you and I don't think that I can create a long-term partnership with you where we can actually help you grow for the long term, I will tell you. And unfortunately, probably turn you away. But if you're really just looking to take your business to that next level and you want more leads, more customers, more sales coming through, book a call with us now. Let's chat, and I hope to see you on a call sometime. Hope this was helpful. If you're thinking about it at all, go ahead and book now before spots fill up, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.